Cast spell. And there we go. And live. All right. Let's give it a few seconds. You know what, before we do anything. Oh, good God, yes. Anyone online? Fair enough. Trophies. Sonic Forces. So does the Platinum, which is what you get for everything. And collect a total of 100,000 rings. All rings held at the end of the stage will be counted. Ultra rare, 1.3% of people have done this. And it is a bronze trophy. Yeah, it's kind of mundane. But everything else, 10,000 enemies. Let's see, what other stuff was there? Stage 1, Avatar, first boss, second boss, third boss. Yay. Next boss. Most of the world. Final boss. All secret stages, all extra stages, red rings. Collect numbered rings 3 times, all numbered rings. 3 silver moon rings, all silver moon rings, 10,000 rings, 50,000 rings, 100,000 rings, 1,000 enemies, 5,000 enemies, 10,000 enemies. Change response for the first time. Equip the part in every gear slot, use the closet. Highest honor for a character, highest honors with all characters. Utilize the rental avatar. Uploaded rankings, created 2 avatars, 10 Wispons, 30 Wispons, all Wispons, 50 parts, 100 parts, 400 parts, all parts, 3 daily missions, 5 daily missions, 10 daily missions, SOS, 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 and all challenges. So the only thing I have left to do is 100,000 rings. And, well, I may as well, is this a 1080p? Yeah, it is. Alright, this should be good. I don't anticipate this going swimmingly. This game uses autosave. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Alright, let's make some progress. We're just grinding rings, basically. That's all this is. Ring grinding. So we're going to start at the start. Alright, what's the daily mission? Change your lower headgear, gives me more experience points. But I don't need that anymore. So we're just going to begin. Collect as many rings as I can. Until we hit that wondrous 100,000. Yeah! I just want this game out of my life. I want it gone, I want it expunged from my brain. Because, Jesus. Oh well, there goes all those rings. Not like this game doesn't bloody shower you with them. that's 150 rings to the total. I can't actually check my total. So we just have to keep going until the trophy indicator pops up, basically. Or until I die. One of the two. One of them's going to happen first. Of course, I am using the wolf character because he draws in rings. Well, he draws in just about everything, actually. Oh, the avatar has some weird momentum. Right, let's just go. Oh, this game sucks. The Avatar stages are probably the best places to get rings, actually. Because you get hundreds of rings in the Avatar stages. There's one I could grind like 50 times over and get 999 rings very easily, but I want to, you know, variety, I suppose. This is the kind of obsession I have. Must do everything. Must collect all the rings. I do this to myself. Is my only consolation for this. Hey, at least Supersonic is permanently free now. That's something. Actually, want to use hover, why not? Oh boy, classic Sonic. The worst part of the game. Physics. You know, I can take solace in the fact they didn't, you know, screw up the drop dash. They just kind of ballsed up everything else. Come on, this isn't too bad. Probably the best classic Sonic level, actually. Best foot forward and all that. Oh, it's so stiff. Making progress. Three stages done in 8 minutes. That ain't right. An SOS mission. Don't care. Do not care at all. At least the music for Prison Hall's good. Look at that, 468 rings already. And Hover, as Hover tends to be, is absolutely broken. Just gonna fly through here, grab all these rings. You know, as someone who likes the ring sound effects, this is like amazing. But no, it's not the most interesting. $999 rings. Welcome to the Avatar stages. Oh, this game sucks. Stage 5 is a boss, so that's interesting. I assume, anyway. What I may do is I may actually turn the game up, just because it does seem a little quiet. The only modern Sonic boss fight in a game that uses the boost formula that isn't involving chasing the opponent. And I like it. It's pretty much the best boss in the game, to be honest with you. Oh man, even the home attack feels stiff. Come on, Sonic. Yes, Derpy, lol, this game. I still maintain this is the best boss in the game. And that's not just because I like the music and I like Zavok as a character. It's because this is the only time in a modern Sonic game that uses the boost formula that doesn't involve chasing down the opponent. And therefore it's actually interesting. That and Zavok is pretty much the only interesting returning villain fight in the entire game. He's the only one of 2 returning villain fights, actually.
No! How could I lose to the likes of you again?
How about the audio levels?
Blast. Bring some chili dogs next time.
It's sad the boss fights are the longest part of the game. Anyway, best stage in the game. By a large margin. The Egg Gate. If only because this stage is actually interesting. It just ends too soon, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm just grinding rings to get this last trophy. And after that I never have to touch this again. No, it's not the worst thing ever. It's also not good. You know, we enter that weird limbo. Where it's not bad. It's also not great. But that's kind of this game's biggest problem. It just exists. But yeah, this level like shows promise and then it never really picks up at this point. It's like it's got set pieces, it's got good music, it's got good visuals. It's one of the longest stages in the game. And then you get to this section where it looks like things are starting to pick up, and the stage just kind of ends. And I don't like that. The stage just ends. It's like, we're finally getting somewhere. Nope. Nope. We tricked you good with that one. I think that's the longest stage in this one. That's like the second longest stage in the game. I'll tell you what, the other modern Sonic levels sure as hell ain't that long. Alright, moving on. Arsenal Pyramid. Another stage I quite like. Actually, I think I can say this is probably the best tag team stage. What other ones are there? I'm just gonna pick up all these rings with my avatar's magnetism. Because I use the wolf, for obvious reasons. Also, I've never heard this song go this long because... obvious reasons. But here's the thing, Egggate, if like Egggate had like a full stage, it would be like a really cool stage. But it's like, no, no, it ends like at the like what feels like the 1/3 point or the halfway point. Which kind of sucks, to be honest with you. So look, I'm just gonna leave the controller. Because you can free fall throughout all of this, and you can only get hit once if you just don't move. But you know, rings and all that stuff. So you actually do want to kind of also I'm using hover instead of burst or lightning, so these little fight sections will take a little longer than they normally do. Free rings, always handy. I like Fist Bump too. You know, we may be alone in that. I prefer Infinite, and it bothers me that that song is not in this game outside of a 20-second snippet in the background of a cutscene. That drives me nuts, because that's an awesome song. You know, the soundtrack's not terrible. I don't remember a lot of it, but it's not, you know, awful. This track playing now, I really like. Arsenal Pyramid Interior. Eggate, Redgate Bridge, Imperial Tower, Prison Hall. The boss themes are good. Metropolitan Highway, Capital City, Spaceport. You know, all good songs. It's just, you know, you get to hear about half of them. it's the levels in this game is probably the biggest problem. And again, you also get level design like this, which is hardly what I call interesting. I said it on Twitter, this kind of betrays how good the boost formula can be, because, you know, we have stuff like Generations. It shows us how good this can be, and you know, complex level design and tight controls, but then you get level design like this, and you just wonder, well, you know, what went wrong? You know, Luminous Forest could have been a kick-ass stage. It just isn't. Because we're at the end. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. I just chucked you a load of rings. So this game had 3 level designers, which isn't awkward, because that's actually quite common. It's just that 2 of them had never done level design for Sonic before, and 1 of them had only done level design for the previous Sonic game, Sonic Lost World. So they didn't know what made this gameplay style tick. You know, Generations and Colors had different level designers. Oh, and some of the physics were a bit wonky too, that's the thing. And the story is unfinished. Anyway, best part of the game, fighting Infinite. With remixes of his theme, but not his actual theme. Which bothers me, but they're still awesome. It's hard to believe this game took as long to make as it did.
Impossible. Your abilities exceed your previous data.
Unlike mechs, I can grow. I get more power.
You know, it feels like what my university taught me to make games like. Make products, not games. Which I don't agree with. Obviously, that's kind of why I failed. But, you know, I want to make games, not products. Oh good, Green Hill. One of the earliest classic Sonic levels they showed off to the chagrin of everybody. With this god-awful music. You know, the actual songs are probably good, it's just the instruments they use are so generic Mega Drive that it's... ugh. Kills all the fun. You know, just as you start to have fun, the game ends. You know, that's not good. I think it's telling that in terms of like actual gameplay, this is the 1/3 mark of the game, and I've been going for 24 minutes. I wouldn't be at the 1/3 point of Sonic Mania by now. That's how short these levels are. I want up there because there's lots of rings up there. And that's what I'm here for the rings. Because we're ring grinding. You have to know everything else in this godforsaken game. Gotta be careful because your physics kind of implode when you jump on enemies. I'm not too worried about the classic Sonic stages because it's the modern Sonic and Avatar stages, especially the Avatar stages, where you get most of the rings. So, not too fussed about this. You know, at least the drop dash works. I never want that to disappear from 2D Sonic, to be honest with you. Fun fact about the drop dash, on my first ever playthrough of Mania, I barely used it. And then now, I'm using it more than the spin dash. Isn't that weird? Let's beat up Eggman. So yeah, you do a returning boss from Sonic 1 that we fought like 20 times at this point. And then he brings out the Egg-Dragoon, because yes he does. Come on, Eggman. And if you manage to do that, it locks him straight into doing it again, which is how you get the beat the Egg-Dragoon in a certain time mission. It's not the most intuitive thing. One more hit should do it.
It wouldn't be a challenge to crush you here anyway. I'll round up the entire resistance sooner or later. Just you wait.
Yay. This game, man. Is it weird to say this is a game that feels like it'll just exist? Like, this won't even go down in the annals of bad Sonic games. This will just be one that is forgotten about. Which is weird, because some of the ideas have merit. It's just, you just know they'll never come back. Yeah, here's another music track I like. Hover is broken. They just didn't care when designing the Wisp weapons. You can just do stuff like this and rip the game in half. Thankfully, Hover is one of the last ones you get, next to Void, actually. Wee. This just, you know, it's a game that existed. Like, look how this game just kind of throws rings at you. You know, is it any wonder why they don't give you extra lives anymore? Ah, man. It's just... It makes me glad we had Sonic Mania first. Otherwise I'd be sat here going, oh, they've actually lost their minds. Oh, this is a stage you can get lots of rings in as well. Because it's a casino. Also sounds like the Inspector Gadget theme's on. You know, Casino Forest would be a fine level if, you know, A, it was longer, and B, the physics didn't suck. You know, that's going to be the crux of this stage in particular, because the uncontrollable mid-air momentum does not work with pinball. I reviewed this game and said it was average. My opinion of this has soured considerably. So I struggle to look at this as average now, to be honest with you. Average was me being generous, I think. It's a dark day when I have to say that. Like, I can't control my direction there. It just went. Let's rank. So we're 13 stages in. It's been about half an hour. We're almost halfway. Avatar stage, which means lots of rings. So Derpy, do you have any experience with this game? Apart from, you know, me. Seemingly being unable to, you know, put it down. Damn my OCD and desire to complete games. Aqua Road is okay. My PS4's in the background, you know, doing the most right now. You can probably hear my PS4, actually. It's an original, I guess you could say, fat PS4, the 1TB model, which means the fan is loud. And it gets really hot. It's nothing like the Slim and the Pro, which I've heard are like whisper quiet. Like the Switch is. But, whatever. That took just over a minute. That feels wrong. Next is Sunset Heights, which was the first level we ever saw. And we assumed it was early in the game. It's the exact halfway point. That's not good. Okay, let's just go. You know, I can kind of understand why people thought this was like the first level in the game, because it's very simple, and the setting kind of leads into the premise of the game. You know, people would have right to think this is the first stage. It's not. It's the exact halfway point. And I don't get why. Also, it's pretty much Park Avenue again. This game could have been decent. Yeah, it could have been above average. Could have even been good. It's just not. And I don't get why. What happened? Someone needs to do some digging and find out. Because, Jesus Christ. There is an epic tale to tell here. I just wonder what it is. Capital City, an actual interesting level. With an interesting gimmick they never capitalise on. Also, it's nice to see Metropolis come back from Sonic Heroes. That was a nice surprise. Makes a change from them bringing back, you know, Chemical Plant and Green Hill again. Which I mean they did. But you know, at least they brought back something they haven't brought back before. And it reminds me of a good game. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, this is an actual interesting stage idea. Run from Infinite, who's using the Phantom Ruby to screw with reality. Yeah. Could do a lot of interesting stuff with that. They just don't. They do it once and never again. Which is pretty much the tagline of this game. It happened. Don't look back. And we're nearly at the end. Now we're done. I could have done that slightly faster, but oh well. Also, this game loves vibration. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, that's right, Oliver doesn't know it. Farming rings. I suppose the Infinite has interesting boss fights. Well, except the last one is just a rehash of Metal Sonic. That's actually damn disappointing. Well, it never really does anything interesting with the Phantom Ruby. Ooh, crap. Ah, damn it. Alright, can I stop getting bodied? I'd very much like to be able to hit him. There we go.
I underestimated just how desperately the feeble clings alive.
But we are over halfway through the stages in Forces. Still no trophy. And we've been streaming for 40 minutes. Oh no. I'm just gobsmacked in a way, I suppose. That this is well, it's just enjoy Chemical Plant again, I suppose. See, I like Chemical Plant. It's just thanks for bringing it back again, I suppose. Now, why couldn't we have Aquatic Ruin or Hilltop? Or, I don't know. Mystic Cave? That would have been nice. You know, instead of Chemical Plant for the second time this year. It's like sometimes they have unique level ideas. And I wonder if they're allowed to use them. Feels like they're not. I just need rings. That's all I need. Because I just want that damn trophy and I can never play this again. $225 rings. That's actually pretty good. There's an entire alternate pathway through that stage. You know, it's quite neat. There's an entire alternate path. It's not very interesting, but it's there. Right, this is secretly a boss fight, so we're not going to get much out of this. Actually, we might. It's Red Gate Bridge. We'll see. Hello, potentially interesting idea. That is in no way realised. Is it weird how your left and right control improves when you're boosting? It's a bit weird that, isn't it? Like your control moving left and right is better when you're going faster. Damn, I thought I could smack him with hover, but then I forgot hover doesn't work on bosses. No. Unlike everything else in the game. Sucks. Oh, by the way, you can literally press any button to do this. I found out one day while bored. Oh, this game's boring me to death. Guardian Rock. Alright, let's do this one. Why not? Do 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 do. Trying to spam the hell out of hover and just get a shit ton of rings. Assuming, of course, I don't die to wonky 2D controls. Which is horribly likely, actually. like that. Vision mail, whatever. We're gonna try again. Oh yeah, an SOS mission. Riveting. I'll have to give myself a promotion. I can't even make adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog jokes. Wow. This game broke me. Rings, 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 rings. Rings, rings, rings. Yum, 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 yum. This game just numbs the brain. It's like, is it weird? It's uninteresting to talk about? Normally you can riff on bad Sonic games, but this just exists in this weird limbo. And no one likes it. Because of that weird limbo status. I suppose it confirms my old theory that a boring game is harder to talk about than a bad one. It's also less interesting than the bad one, actually. Alright, now the thing is not to stop here. There we go. Ah, that gap. Okay, we're done. This stage sucks. I'm grinding for rings in Sonic Forces. There is nothing more monotonous. This is actually terrible. I still got an S even though I died. That just... Why? Why? Right, network terminal. It's still an annoying stage to do the beat it in X time mission. That wasn't fun. Whoa, 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 whoa. Again, love the music. Wish the stage was longer. Wish this stage was longer. You know, I'm just... This game exists. You know... It's one of those games that's not bad, it's not good. What can you say about a game that is so middle of the road? Could I say it's more disappointing? Jesus Christ. I also want you to know we've been streaming for just under an hour and we're already at stage 21 out of 30. Hang on. Save me.
Never! Also, what am I saving you from?
So we've been streaming for just under an hour, and I want you to see where we are.
Okay.
We are at stage 21 out of 30. In under an hour.
Damn, this game is short.
This game is... We are over 2/3 of the way done with the game in significantly
In an
less time than it takes to get that far in Sonic Mania. Like, 'cause at this point in Sonic Mania you would be, let's see, 2/3 of the way, that's stage 9 just about.
9,
Which would
yeah.
be...
Or 8 out of 12, so yeah.
That would be... Started Speedway is 6. Hydro City is 7. 8 would be Mirage Saloon, so this would be Oil Ocean.
Oil Ocean's Zone 8.
Oil Ocean is Zone 9. Zone 10 is Lava Reef. Zone 11 is Metallic Madness. And then you've got Titanic Monarch.
It goes 2 old ones and then a new one, right?
Well, not all the time.
Oh.
It goes 2 old ones, a new one, an old one, a new one. 2 old ones, a new one. 3 old ones, a new one. And I just died.
Yay.
Ring grinding. Doing the most monotonous possible task in the most bland game. Oh, I think I might have more fun having surgery. And I know how painful that gets afterwards. This game sucks.
And it shouldn't.
And it
This
shouldn't.
game sucks and it very clearly should not.
Nope, everything was there to do it right. It shouldn't suck. But by some... I wouldn't call it a miracle, I'd call it a sin. It sucks. Like, I would say now, a boring game is worse to talk about and play than a bad game. At least a bad game gives you something to riff on. Or something of note to talk about. This...
Mario Party. Wait.
I wouldn't go that far. But, you know, this is just average. And I mentioned it on Twitter, someone brought it up, he's like, what the hell happened with Sonic Forces? And I just turned around and said, the boost formula has merit. Generations and colours prove that.
Yeah.
But I would say this is even a step behind Sonic Unleashed, because, you know, at least Sonic Unleashd's levels don't end in like less than 2 minutes. You know, some of them go on for 5.
Yeah.
And some of them go on for 25. Fucking Eggman Land.
Wait. Which... I apparently remember hearing that, like, one of the ports of Unleashed, Eggman Melon is, like, broken up into multiple parts. Is that the Wii version?
All the stages are broken up into like multiple missions in the Wii version.
Oh.
In the HD version, it's also broken up into multiple parts, but it's one long level where you just constantly swap between the Werehog and Sonic. And if you do it quickly, you can do it in about 15 minutes. That's quickly.
Kind of depressing. That's kind of depressing. If you can do it quickly, you can do it in 15 seconds. Well, fuck me.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Did I say seconds?
Yeah.
I did not mean to say seconds.
But here's the thing. On your first playthrough, it's about an hour.
Kind of like Egg Rocket in Sonic Advance 1.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
It's not...
Eggman Land's worse.
Yeah, I know it's worse, but it's like the same kind of level, that you'll get very, very lost.
No, it's just long. You don't get lost. It is just that long.
I know in Egg Rocket, like, especially on the first part of the level, it is very easy to misstep, because it took me 15 minutes to get through Egg Rocket the very first time.
Egg Rocket, yeah, it's easy to get lost. Because it's a bit more labyrinthine.
Because, like, if you miss a jump, you have to, like, start the whole section.
It is a bit of a maze as well.
Yeah. that was like mostly I missed the jump like 2 or 3 times before getting it. So
I
ended up
mean,
wasting a lot of time.
the thing with Eggman Land is it's just that long. There's just so much level. But like, the levels in Unleashed don't end this quickly. Colors has good level design. Explorative level design. Generations has a mix of both. This exists. You know, with good level design, this gameplay style works very well. Generations happen to people. But I still do get giddy about the fact that this stage returns from Sonic Heroes, which is nice.
Wait, which stage?
Metropolis.
It was the Sonic Hero stage? Oh.
I know it's called Metropolis and you think Sonic 2. Which, before I saw this, when he mentioned Metropolis first time in the game, is exactly what I thought we were going to do.
Yeah, but I've like never
This is
seen
the Sonic Heroes
before.
Metropolis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never.
The futuristic city is Sonic Heroes.
Yeah, I've never seen.
Grand Metropolis and Power Plant. So, you know, I saw this and I'm like, they remembered Heroes. They brought back a level they haven't brought back before. Was also something of note. Because let's see. Mystic Forest. It's a casino stage, not that interesting. Green Hill, done. Chemical Plant, done. Death Egg, done before. Eggman Empire Fortress, might as well be bloody Metropolis Zone. Or Scrap Brain, or just any generic Eggman base. This? Sonic Heroes. And they never showed it off before the game came out, and I'm like, why not?
I don't know why not either, because this is like one of the nicest levels in the game.
It's the best looking level in the game.
Oh yeah, by far.
You know, it's just a shame the rest of the game isn't bloody colourful.
Ha! White's not a color, you idiot.
No, it's like it's got all this blue and green and white.
I'm messing with you.
It's very nice. But,
It is.
you know, and it's Sonic Heroes. You know, if you told me this was in the game before the game came out, I would have been giddy as a horse because I creeped out when Seaside Hill came back in Generations. You know, you're bringing back
Gentlemen.
Metropolis. You know, you're bringing back Metropolis. Awesome. Shame it's part of Sonic Forces. Just saying. Hey, null space, this level. This level.
You mean a cutscene? Wait.
It's like, hey, we're going to send you to null space, which is pretty much where the final boss of Sonic Mania takes place at this point. And, you know, I can't think of anywhere else it takes place. And it's like, okay, cool. We're going to have a full level in here. No.
Yeah, just kidding, guys.
We're going to call it null space. Most of it is Metropolis. To the sound of fist bump. It just...
Yeah.
What? Like, that's the full extent of null space we see until the final boss.
Yeah, it's kind of... I don't know why they did that.
I'm telling you, man, a lot of this game was cut out.
I'm like, this has got to be more cut content.
There has to be. There is no way there isn't.
Yeah.
So apparently, if you use Void, you can kind of just chain voids together to kind of skip over most of the level.
I believe it.
Which is pretty much what Void does, anyways. So, to the surprise of nobody. Spaghetti.
Somebody touched my spaghetti.
Somebody touching my spaghetti.
I didn't even watch the video you sent me.
Oh, you know, Queen, find me somebody to love.
Kind of.
Oh boy, you're in for a treat. Somebody touching my spaghetti. Best meme to end 2017 on, because 2017 fucking sucked. We had great games, but the rest of it sucked.
Okay, yeah, I vaguely remember this.
You know, we had Super Mario Odyssey, Sonic Mania, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Nier Automata, Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5.
Did you say Odyssey?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, just checking.
Mario plus Rabbids, Splatoon 2, ARMS. You know, we had all these great games. And Sonic Forces and Bubsy, I suppose. You know, Cuphead.
Why did you have to mention Bubsy?
That game came out right in between Super Mario Odyssey and Sonic Forces. But, you know, like, I know we don't like to mention that Bubsy happened. That game is about an hour long. And it costs $40.
It costs $40?
Yes.
I thought it was a $10 game.
No.
Oh, ew.
You could buy Sonic Mania twice.
Oh god. Even on my Windows 95, computer games last like 3 hours, and they didn't cost $40.
Bubsy costs $40.
Even though adjusting for inflation, it didn't cost that much.
Even adjusting for inflation, games are cheaper now than they ever were.
This is true.
And you wonder why they're having to have all this kind of aggressive monetization in it. It's like, it's because technically the price of games has gone nothing but south. You know, budgets are going up and games are technically getting cheaper and cheaper to buy. If they stay at $60. You know, that's inflation.
It's the power creep of real life.
Yeah. And it's like, I would be against them, you know, increasing the price. It's like, no you wouldn't. A $10 increase will go a long way.
Yeah.
But then you got stuff
Gentlemen.
like Gentlemen. You know, Zelda Breath of the Wild cost £10 more than the game normally does here. It was £60 instead of £50. That didn't stop it selling. Imperial Tower. I'm gonna get 999 rings in this level. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. Nope. Because I need Hover to do that. Hover or Burst.
Scoop the mission.
I just don't care. But on the plus side, I am enjoying this more than I'm going to enjoy the next bad Sonic game I make myself 100%. Sonic 06.
Oh, I was hoping it wasn't that.
That's on my bucket list. That and Sonic Adventure 2, which is also, unfortunately, on my bucket list.
Which one's worse?
Adventure 2, you get a shitty 3D Green Hill Act 1 remake for a lot of very stringent S ranks. Well, A ranks at that point in the series. In Sonic 06, you get nothing unless you're on Xbox 360, at which point you get an achievement. But you have to play Sonic 06, and I don't actually know which is worse. I'll get back to you on that. Neither are particularly worth it, basically.
I was like a shit ton of rings. That's why you said that. If only you could trade these rings in.
Yeah, but it is like Super Mario Odyssey, where you know, coins had a purpose. Just gonna casually float straight up and grab all these rings. Look how many rings are in this fucking stage. There are thousands, literally thousands of rings.
They just leave a bunch of tenors up here.
I never thought I'd see a Sonic game where there is literally thousands of rings in a single level.
Yeah, I don't even think Sky Road Act 1 in 3DS got that high. That one only has like 800, I think, ish. They got 600.
Look at this,
like
and I'm flying over some.
I know. I'm like, I got.
I know, like Marble Garden in Sonic 3 had like the most in any 2D Sonic game, at like 600 something.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, but they're like 3 different routes. You won't be able to get them all.
Yeah, this is one route, and you get most of them.
Yeah, Sky Road, I got like 612, 621, something like that on my first run through, and I ended up hitting most of those. So I think there's like 800 or 900 rings.
999 rings. By the way, we're almost at the end of the game and we're about an hour 10 in.
Please tell me we can use some strings for the tiny Chow Guard.
Nah.
No.
Hey, Mortar Cannon, a level you can break by air boosting. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Like, this game just exists. There is no way to describe it. Oh my god. I am literally just boosting. And we're at the end of the level. By the way, this track for this song is like 3 minutes long.
The level is what, like
A minute.
seconds? Minute and 5.
I think my best time is like... Well, we can check.
Find out.
actually.
We'll find out after this level's over.
It's like 50 seconds, something like that.
I thought it was like, I remember seeing it was like 47 seconds.
A minute.
Oh, minute.
You know, let's check what the
I think it's a minute.
what stage is it?
No, wait, it couldn't be a minute. It's 26. 26.
Stage 26, right, so we need to check
26.
what the time limit for stage 26 is. We'll be in this long ass list of stuff that's mundane that I did at some point.
Can you sort this stage?
Nope.
Or sort? No.
All the S ranks. So
Oh, here we
stage
go.
26. 70 seconds.
70 seconds, a minute and 10.
A minute 10. You ready to refight Metal Sonic on his looks like Infinite this time? This is a shit fight for Infinite to end on. You know, they gave Zavok a better final fight in Lost World and he basically just bows it up. Do love this song though.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets close to looping and it actually starts playing more of Infinite's theme. In epic orchestral glory.
Ah, yes.
Still a cardinal sin that that song is not in the game. Just saying.
It's like a silver fight.
Yeah, in a way. And I'll give the game props for one thing. The fight with Zavok in this game is the only time in a Boost Sonic game where you're not doing what you're seeing on screen right now for a boss fight.
Sorry, say that again. I kind of spaced.
The Zavok fight in this game is the only time in a modern Sonic game where you have the boost mechanics, where modern Sonic is fighting a boss that isn't literally chasing them down and hitting.
The Phantom
Ah.
Release energy.
Because
You have the so you have the boost, but it's not a rail. Or
let's
yeah,
see,
rail,
in
whatever.
Unleash, the Egg Beetle, Egg Devil Ray, Dark Gaia, Egg Lancer, they all
My friends
are
got me this
chasing
far.
it down.
Together, we're gonna win.
running along the track and hitting it. In colours, some of the bosses are in 2D, so that doesn't really count. And then the other two boss fights are the Eggnega Wisp and the ships, which are running on track and chasing them down and hitting them. Generations, Perfect Chaos is running basically around a stage and hitting them. Egg Dragoon
Yeah,
is chase it down and hit it. So it's the Time Eater.
in Generations, right? Like, not in Unleashed.
No, it's not Unleashed. And then you got this game where you have a 3D boss fight with Modern Sonic in a boost game where A, you can't boost, and B, you just kind of amble around an arena to fight him. Which is the only time Modern Sonic ever does that in one of these games outside of Lost World. But then you've got the Infinite fight, the Metal Sonic fight, this Infinite fight, the final boss, which is all this.
I'm still thinking of the Egg fight in Unleashed. Eggman had like the earliest scream. It was weird. Probably because like Sonic just rips him out of the robot and just starts punching him.
He just does punched him in the face. Hope to God in the next 3D Sonic game we don't see the Egg Dragoon again. Or Green Hill, or Chemical Plant. You know, if they have to bring back levels, bring back something new. Something exciting. Something like Metropolis in this game, which is actually nice to see. For all of 3 stages. Because Classic Sonic doesn't have a stage in Metropolis. For some reason. But he has a stage here. The Iron Fortress. Yay, a shield. You know what I've kind of decided this level design is? It's the level design you use to test physics. It's like the level design I would use to like test a character's movement and stuff. Basic stuff, like slopes that gradually increase in height or depth. And various kinds of walls to see how they react and stuff like that.
69.
70.
No, ruined!
Oh no, I took away a little bit of joy from this game. That isn't called the soundtrack.
Oh, it's like, oh no. What shall I do?
You know what, though, you know, we're just gonna... This game's gonna go down in the annals of history as not even a bad Sonic game, it's just one everyone's gonna forget exists.
Yeah. It's just okay out of 10.
It's just okay out of 10. Except Classic Sonic. What the hell happened here?
Yeah, I'm like, wow,
What the hell happened? Also, basically what happened with the physics in 2D in general? Because the Avatar has the same problem of your jump is either going to be short and not make it if you don't run far enough forward first, or it's basically have 2 jump distances.
The mid-jump momentum.
It's like you have no control over your jump once you start it, and you will either go all the way or not at all, depending on how much momentum you had before you jumped.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of that is good. Yeah, it strikes me as interesting that Sonic Forces is just kind of meh.
Yeah.
Meh. You know, it's the Paper Mario sticker star of Sonic. It exists. You know, a game so bland that you just sit and wonder. I just realised those lasers down there at the bottom of that screen, they were only one shade of red.
Yep.
They had no gradient or anything, they were just red.
I thought it was a net. Like a laser net.
It is a laser net, but like, come on, lasers have, you know, more than one shade. I think.
Not really. But if you're actually looking at one, you can tell.
See, I don't know, how many lasers do you think I have? This last part sucks. Yeah, at this point I can just accept that I'm not getting any fucking rings in this station. Moving on to terminal velocity. I mean, what?
Yes.
I remember when we first played this game and I was just sat there and went, oh my god, it's terminal velocity. Only with buzzsaws now. But it has the flying robots. It has the running down and quick step and everything. It is terminal velocity. It's just nowhere near as interesting because you're not in space. You're in some nondescript base. Using grind rails. Maybe with all my rings, although it doesn't matter in this stage because the end of this stage happens.
You lose all your rings anyway. Fuck you.
Oh shit, if you use hover you break the things straight away if you knock enemies into them. Problem is I can't do that with this third one because hover doesn't affect...
Flying targets?
No, it doesn't affect like objects or bosses. For some inexplicable reason. Despite the fact that he has a bloody shotgun. Here we go. I can't see the rings coming, so we're just gonna...
We're just gonna wing it.
Oh man, this game exists. It just is. So we're technically not done, so because the trophy hasn't popped up yet, and I have no way of checking. So time to use Shadow. Isn't this exciting? Time to use Edgy the Hedgy, just for some fucking variety.
Yeah.
You know what? Highlight of this game: playable Shadow that doesn't suck.
Yeah. Shadow actually controls pretty well.
He controls just like Sonic does. Now granted, Sonic doesn't exactly control well in this game. But at least Shadow isn't needlessly different. You know, it's like the good old days where Shadow was basically Sonic, but on roller skates.
Does the roller skates make any difference in this game?
Nope.
Okay. Because I remember in Sonic Battle it did. He would run faster, but he would also take a longer time to stop. Which is why I think I started meeting Amy.
This game exists. it just is a thing that happened one day, and I don't even remember what day this fucking game came out.
November 5th? 6th? Something like that. 4th. November 4th.
After Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
And before
was
Pokemon,
either-
so it was early November.
Yeah, it was November 4th, 5th, or 6th, and I'm pretty sure it was 4th.
I don't remember. Might have been the
I
7th.
do.
I don't know, it was a Tuesday.
Ah.
I almost bought 2 copies of this damn game. I almost bought 2 fucking copies. Because I wanted to see how bad the Switch version was going to be. Didn't realise the game itself was bad. Ooh, drill. How exciting.
Durika.
You know, I still enjoy some of the music in this game, it's just... a lot of it I don't remember. Mostly the classic Sonic stuff, actually.
Classic Sonic stages are not exactly memorable.
No, but the Avatar music is a goddamn earworm.
Yeah, the stages are fucked.
Dear God, forbid the person who chose drill. Because... You are in for a ride. Yeah, I need rings. I'm going this way because I can't use burst or hover to get up there and get all those rings. Ooh, drill.
Does drill just make you charge forward?
Charge forward, up and down walls. You basically move across the ground, hop over gaps if they're small enough.
Ah.
You know, basic stuff. I actually finished this with 999 rings, if I use hover.
Of course you use hover. Hover is coins dot wisp.
Coins.wisp.
I had to think about that one.
Coins.wisp, okay. Oh yay, the death egg. What other stages are good for rings? Guardian Rock has that really awkward fucking jump, so I'm not doing that.
Sus.
It's bad. Ah, the only stage that requires you to fucking wall jump in the entire game, to the point where I forgot it was a move you could do.
Yep.
Well, the one thing I noticed is that even though you only ever need to wall jump once in this game, there are situations where you really want to drift, but you can't drift. They removed the drift. And it's like, that was a mistake.
The drift is one where you hold like R2 and go around tight corners.
Yep. The Metropolitan Highway has some tight corners that you need to take that don't
They
have
actually
barriers.
They removed that. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like the level design obviously was made before they removed it, because there's some situations where it's like, I would really like to drift, but I can't because duh. Yes. Ah, money. Still probably one of the better, well, all the Avatar stages are kind of good. Kinda. Yeah, that's like the maximum praise this game gets.
The Avatar levels are good.
The Avatar levels are kind of okay. Probably because it's the most interesting thing in the game.
You lost all those rings? Nah, don't worry, he'll get them all back.
Yeah, and I'm going to get them all back by the time you end the stage, just letting you know right now.
Alright.
There's 999 rings here.
God. Nice. It's like, what?
Yep.
Fuck.
As I said, the momentum is a bit jank. But like, look at this. I'm just flying.
There's someone.
Yeah, like, look at that. In that one section, 600 rings.
Yeah. That's pretty nasty.
I said literally thousands. I wasn't being sarcastic. Every time I'm facetious, I'm right. Which bothers me.
I just need to wait for you to mention something like Golden Sun 4 while drunk. And it will happen.
Hey, you never know. I also said we'd finally get Metroid Prime 4, and look what happened.
Oh god. that was a thing.
I was screaming like a little fucking girl.
Like, did you just?
Yeah, I did say Metroid Prime 4 was going to be a thing at E3. I didn't expect Samus Returns. But I was like, okay, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it now. And it's like, oh, look at that, Metroid Prime 4.
Wait, what?
And I could walk away happy. I'm amazed by. We haven't seen this new Fire Emblem game that's meant to be coming out this year yet.
Dear Intelligent Systems, what are you doing?
Dear Intelligent Systems, what are you doing? And can you please port Paper Mario Color Splash?
Yes.
Okay, at this point, right, I'm just sat here going, okay, every good Wii U game, port it now. We got Mario Kart 8. Dope. Best Mario Kart game.
Yeah. Color Splash, you gotta port.
We got Poker Tournament Deluxe, which is actually getting DLC. You know, which the Wii U version didn't get. Even though it could have, because the arcade version got extra characters. But, you know, that's the thing that happened.
The newest ones are Aegis Slash and Blastoise, right?
Yeah, the new ones are Aegis Slash and Blastoise. But before we knew about Pokémon Tournament DX, we just had the Wii U version, and the arcade versions, after the Wii U version was released, got like Krogunk, Darkrai, Scizor, and Empoleon,
Ah.
which are included in DX alongside Decidueye. And now the game's getting Aegis Slash and Blastoise.
I laughed at Krogan thing.
Yeah.
Like, I kinda get it.
I mean, I didn't see Blastoise getting into the game. Then again, we have fucking Darkrai, so...
No one saw Suicune getting into the game either, but there it is.
God of War over Gallade?
I could see either or.
You know, I guess they didn't want too many fighting types, because we have Lucario, Machamp.
Machamp, Blaziken. Sceptile isn't a fighting type, but he kind of plays like one.
Gengar and Chandelure are quite unique.
Gengar's definitely unique, I know that much.
Garchomp kind of plays like a fighting type. Braixen's a mage, obviously.
Rexen is its own thing.
Braixen's,
like, oh.
yeah, Braixen's, you know... Greninja got into Smash, we don't need him in fucking Pokemon.
It's too late. Like, I heard about Rexen, like, oh good, it's not Delphox. Finally, they were paying attention.
Chestnut could be good.
Just, wait, is it in the game?
Nope.
Or not? Oh, yeah, I can see that. I could see him, like, being kind of a counter, whatever.
Kind of a bulkier fighter. I mean, we have Krogunk in the game, for God's sake. Anything is possible. Anything. What other stages are good for rings? The Modern Sonic stage is good for rings, I know that. It's not Sunset Heights. It's not Network Terminal. Metropolitan Highway, I believe. Pangoro, maybe?
Maybe. That'd be kind of another thing.
Yeah.
Isn't Scrappy in the game?
Nope.
Oh, I think you've seen this.
Here's the thing, a lot of Pokemon are in as assists. The only Pokemon that's a fighter and an assist is Krogunk. Oh, and also have to remember there's 2 Pikachus and 2 Mewtwo's.
Oh, Shadow Mewtwo?
Shadow Mewtwo and Pikachu Libre.
Yeah.
Yeah, this corner coming up here is the one that where like I really wish I could drift. Because I can see there's no barrier, but if you're boosted, you can't turn hard enough.
Yeah.
Same here.
Oh, wow, yeah. Let's take careful turn. I'll be right back. I'm gonna reheat my pizza.
Do well. Ring hunting.
There we go.
Still no damn trophy. I'm just gonna spam Imperial Tower at this point because. Yep. I need 100,000 rings.
Is there a trophy of getting like X number of rings?
100,000.
Oh gosh.
I think it was something like 10, like 1,000, 50,000, 100,000. 100,000 is the last one I need to get. Like the last trophy in the game, period. Which is what this stream is about, because I'm never going to do it otherwise. Because this game's bad.
And it shouldn't be.
No, it really shouldn't. Yet here we are.
This game is okay.
It is okay, .wisp.
Oh, you're making fun of me now.
No, you know what? I'm going to use that instead of .jpeg.
It's like .wisp.
.wisp, yeah.
It's like memes .wisp.
Oh, screw it in my game. I might make that a file extension. .wisp.
File extension .wisp.
Just for the power-ups in the game that are basically wisp power-ups. Power up A.wisp, power up B.wisp.
Okay .wisp.
Okay.wisp.
That's basically what the game is. It's okay .wisp.
I can't think of a wisp whose face is basically okay.jpg.
Wisp don't even have faces.
Well, eyes. Maybe Eagle? No, Eagle looks disgruntled.
Yeah, there's none that looks actually sad. Except Yakker on a bad day.
You know what wisp is okay.wisp? Quake. It's okay. Not great. Not bad. Just okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.wisp. We're still here. Granted, it's only been an hour and a half. You know, I don't even think this game would make good charity stream material because it's not hard enough for people to want to donate to it to see me suffer, but it's also not bad enough to make people want donating to see me suffer.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you just want to see me be bored for charity? I mean, I'll do it, but you know. Oh, this is still the best stage in the game. Because it's one of the longer ones. It's also one of the more visually interesting ones. But just when it starts to get started, it ends. It ends so damn abruptly. Oh no, I got hit. I just want rings. That's all I care about. Cashgrab.game. It's literally the most interesting stage in the game.
Yeah.
And it's the 6th level in the game.
What about Metropolis?
Metropolis is interesting, it's just not very long.
Yeah.
You know, Capital City has some good ideas in it. Null Space just exists. And Metropolitan Highway, you know, has some level design issues and is also incredibly short. It's just, this game exists and it makes me sad. Made a lot of people sad because Sonic Mania happened. And then everyone's like, so why the hell is this game shit? And everyone's just sat there like, I don't know. And I'll do the spaceport. I don't. Something different.
But that's Chemical Plant. That's not different.
This is the technically 5th game to feature Chemical Plant. Sonic 2, Sonic Generations, Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, and if you want to get really, really facetious, Secret Plant from Sonic Pocket Adventure is basically Chemical Plant with a different name.
It's like Secret Weapon from what now?
Secret Plant from Sonic Pocket Adventure. The first 2D Sonic game Dimps ever made.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say Pocket Adventure? Because you keep cutting out.
Pocket Adventure, yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Where you had, like, I think, Neo Sci-Fi Island, which was basically Emerald Hill. You had Secret Plant, which was Chemical Plant. You had a casino level whose name is escaping right now, that was basically Casino Night. You had a level that was basically Sky Chase. You had Aero Based, it was basically Wing Fortress.
And then Classic Eggman. Sorry, and then Modern Eggman turned back into Classic Eggman.
No other way around.
Yeah, Modern turned into Classic, because, like, he shows up Modern right before the boss fight, and then you, like, together, he's, like, Classic again.
Yeah, that's a game I've never played because I don't have a Neo Geo Pocket Color, nor do I think there's any emulators for it. So I'm just kind of sat here like, okay.
I think there is. I thought there is an emulator. Well, not on the Neo Geo or whatever, but I think there's an emulator for it.
It's probably the only game worth playing on that damn system.
Let me check something.
You know what I want to try and find out? Is there an emulator for the Wonder Swan so I can play that damn Mega Man and Base Japan only sequel? That requires you to turn the Wonder Swan on its side and use the controls in a different way for a couple of levels, which means emulating it is probably a nightmare.
I think so?
Probably is. This is what my life has become.
Is this the last trophy you have to get?
This is the last trophy I have to get, because after that I get the platinum.
Ah.
Because the game is nice and gives you the platinum trophy for getting everything, every other trophy. But some games don't have platinums and some do, and I'm not entirely sure what determines it. Then again, trophies don't mean anything, so... I think for like every like 1,000 trophies you get like discounts on digital purchases on PlayStation Store. It's like, okay, that's cool. In America only. And trophies aren't added retroactively. So yeah, all those trophies
Gross.
you've been collecting since they were introduced in 2009. Ha! They mean shit. But yeah, America only. So for us, trophies would still mean nothing, despite being, you know, PlayStation's biggest fucking market. You know what? I probably should have bought the Switch version because it doesn't have trophies, so I wouldn't feel compelled to do this. That's sad.
I love it. Rings. This might be better because isn't this level shorter?
Maybe. It's just as not interesting, no, that's the problem.
Those things orbiting at you that look like electrons. Is that part of the Wispon effect? Like
That's
cover,
part
or-
one of the Wispon's effects, yeah, that's a shield.
Ah. 987.
Yeah, no, a shield. That's a shield.
Ah, okay.
So if I get just shy of 1,000 rings per stage, that's 50 stages. So it can't be that far off. Surely.
Hopefully not.
I'm just thinking back to that movie I watched today with Mum. Dracula Dead and Loving It.
The what?
Dracula Dead and Loving It. I watched that today.
Dang it, I think the audio, I think the voice is cutting out again, and I don't know why.
I don't know.
Like, I'm hearing the starts of your sentences. Some reason.
Basically, it's a Mel Brooks movie.
What movie?
Mel Brooks movie.
Oh.
So, you know, that kind of parody.
Yes.
And there's a psychiatric hospital warden who's obsessed with giving people enemas.
Oh god.
He's like, take this man away and put him in a straitjacket and give him an enema. Wait, no. Give him an enema, then put him in a straitjacket.
Wow, I laughed hard at that when I should have.
This man is insane. Take him away and give him an enema. No, not another enema. Has another one and another one until he knows what he's done.
Oh gosh.
It's like, we need to fill... Mel Brooks actually plays Van Helsing in that movie.
Oh gosh.
And he also has Leslie Nielsen as Dracula, which was amazing.
Wow.
But he turns around and goes, we need to fill the room with garlic. And he goes, wouldn't enema help? I just looked at him. It's like, I never thought I'd hear those words in my life, but here we are. Would an enema help?
I didn't think we'd get this far either, but here we are.
Take him away. He's like, this guy in this ward is acting up. And he goes, okay, just give him an enema. And he's like, an enema? He's like, yes. Give him an enema. It'll give him a feeling of accomplishment. It's just like, wow, that's an EA statement.
Dang.
We wanted them to grind stuff up for a sense of pride and accomplishment. So we wanted to give you an enema for a sense of pride and accomplishment. Oh, I'm using that now, actually. Now I've just made that connection.
Oh, damn.
EA saying they had microtransactions to give you a
Excuse me?
sense of pride and accomplishment is like... Yeah, okay, it's equivalent to an enema. Fuck it. That buzz bomber killed me.
Had to go get my pizza and I didn't hear the oven timer go.
You know what? I think that perfectly describes EA. We'll give you an enema so you feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. Still no fucking trophy.
Hmm.
But damn, this is some good dubstep elevator music. So what kind of pizza you got? And he said what flavour? It's like, well, cheese, duh.
I have a usual. But I also have cottage cheese, Italian meatball.
You're coming in really quiet.
I am?
No, no, you're not.
Okay. I think I was whispering that last thing. The usual mozzarella, but I also have cottage cheese, Italian meatballs, and pesto.
No, that's really nice. I've got some pepperoni pizzas and a sweet chili chicken pizza in the freezer. Don't know which one I'll have for breakfast tomorrow.
Like 65? No, it went up 775. Oh wait, it was 765. Now it's 790. Whatever.
Pizza is good. That's all I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Fly. You know, I think on many objective levels, this actually looks worse than Sonic Generations.
Ever so slightly.
In terms of visual variety, yes. In terms of like resolution, it's obviously above Generations. It runs at 1080p on the PS4.
Ah, yes.
And it runs at 60 frames per second. You know, that's something only the PC version of Generations has going for it. But like level variety, overall texture quality,
And
yeah, I actually think Lost World looks better. Just on art style.
yeah.
And
World is-
Unleashed, I actually think Unleashed looks better.
Oh.
That was the first game in the original Hedgehog engine. This is using Hedgehog engine 2. And I mean, this you know, this is basically a natural evolution of that engine, but
Right.
you know, so it's got all these fancy effects, but like something was kind of lost that Unleashed had, I think, in art design, and also in I suppose it gained something in frame rate, because Jesus Christ, Unleashed. Like, you want to talk about a game that has an unstable frame rate, that game. They pushed that a little too hard, I think, which is why they toned it down for Generations. Because Unleashed, god damn. Beautiful looking game, but I like it when my levels aren't a slideshow, when water is involved. Fucking Jungle Joyride. But hey, we're gonna have these geysers and crumbling buildings as you run across this ocean with a detailed coral reef below you. I was like, okay, what's that got to do to the frame? Oh. It's PowerPoint.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's a slideshow.
Ah, that was a trip.
You know, this game runs at 60 frames per second. We're just gonna keep going, goddammit.
Sorry, what?
We're just gonna keep going.
Yes.
Keep on going until I'm fucking done with this game.
You have the 10,000 things, and then you need never look back.
Until I'm required by some sort of legal obligation to play this game again.
Oh. Gotta be a experience.
It's not even a good game with like level design. Level design is so basic. And that's coming from someone who had people who barely taught decent level design. or programming or optimization. Well, they didn't teach those two things at all.
Some like search engine optimization or just
Game optimization.
okay.
Like, so basically the extent of our teaching on optimization and programming was, it should run. It's like, oh yeah, you need to make it run on this PC for when we grade it. It's like, okay, cool. What's the PC specs? Don't know. How do we optimize it? Don't know. So, okay. So we're just gonna have to brute force it then. It's like, yep, pretty much. Okay. How do we program the mechanics and stuff to make a game, you know, a game? It's like, I don't know, but here's how you write a good story. So, oh, and also here's how you cut up a game into DLC when you start conceptualizing your game, so you can maximize your monetization.
What are you, a English professor?
No, this was straight up my game design course. Like, it's a good idea to cut up your game so you can sell bits as DLC and microtransactions later, and I'm like, what? Which is why I failed that class, because I objected to that so hard. Like, I have a hardline no stance on that. But that's the future of our industry, god damn it. And it sucks.
Suck.
It does, that fills me with dread. That an entire generation of developers just walked out of there with the understanding that yes, it's okay to dice up your game into DLC. Before you've even, like, made a prototype.
Gross.
I know, right? But then, to make my life even more depressing, it's like, this is also the same people who asked us, on our third year of the course, mind you, what's the best-selling system of all time? The answer's obviously PS2. With the DS only just behind. And it was like, choices were like Game Boy, Wii, PS2, PlayStation, and the DS. The answer's obviously the PS2. But then they asked me, it's like, would you count Game Boy Color sales in Game Boy? You know, that's a valid question. Because no one's quite entirely sure if that's a separate system or just like a DS Lite to a DS. But then he only basically turned around and says, yeah, anything that's got the name Game Boy, so Game Boy Advance as well, would count towards Game Boy sales. And I'm just sat there like, well, if we ask you, so if you just asked us what the best selling system is and we have that logic, then technically it is a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure if you count Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance sales, it probably would eclipse the PS2. Only just, but it probably would. I didn't point that out to him, I just bashed my head off a desk. Because, you know, by that logic, the original PlayStation is like 400 million strong. It's like, that's not how it works. The GBA is its own system. It's called a brand.
Yes.
But apparently people seem to have this conception with Nintendo that as long as if they don't put a fucking number next to the console's name, then it might as well be the same thing. And it's like, oh, okay. That's not a marketing problem then, that's just people are stupid.
So then the 3DS... I'm sorry, you can finish the sentence on your own.
Because, like, the thing with the Wii U was, it's like, oh, is that just an add-on for the Wii? Because, you know, you had Wii Fit, Wii Motion Plus, all that kind of stuff. So it's like, okay, that's a valid complaint. I was thinking that is bad marketing. But then I hear this thing from my own fucking people who have worked in the industry turn around and say, oh yeah, the Game Boy Advance is just another Game Boy. It should count towards Game Boy sales. And it's like, oh my god, if they don't put a number after it, people don't understand. Because that's basically the problem with the Wii U, where it was like, oh, yeah, it's just a Wii, and it's like, no. And the Game Boy Advance is not just a Game Boy with a fancy subtitle, you know, like a revision. It's actually a new console. But apparently, if you don't put a number after it, people don't grasp the concept, which terrifies me. Then again, one thing I learned doing software development, which is where most of my programming skills come from, unfortunately, is that treat your end user like they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
No, that is literally what you have to do. Assume they will break it.
Yeah.
Assume they have no idea what they're doing. And try and foolproof your code. Otherwise, they will break it. And your work will get a bad rep.
That's a pretty good stance to have.
Yeah. Assume the end user is an idiot. You know, that's not saying the end user is an idiot, or anyone who uses your stuff is an idiot, but it's a good way to bug test something. Don't treat it like someone who knows what they're doing. Treat it like someone who doesn't, and do the things they would do.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, fun. QA is boring as shit,
Yep. But it's necessary.
but necessary. It's depressing to think about, actually, that that's the case. Thing is, also depressing to think that I had a shitty education for $9 grand a year, but whatever. I'll write about that experience one day, trust me. Because, I have things to say about that. Not a complete waste of my time. I did learn some valuable things. Like the basics of how to use Unity and Adobe CC and stuff like that. But outside of that, like actual game development, all I've learned is the industry's fucked and that's our future. Also, of course, backed by Sony, so take that for what it is. Because there's me working on Nintendo consoles, and they said you're not allowed to do that, and then excluded me from various things. And it's like, you told us to be at the forefront of cutting-edge technology. I get invited to go try the Nintendo Switch. You say no, I go anyway because fuck you, I'm doing what you told me. Because that's how they pitched it. We want you to be at the forefront of cutting-edge tech. It's like, okay, cool. Here's this shiny new system, and they turned around and said, no, you can't go try it. It's like, hello? But then again, that's the one thing with like higher education is, it is ultimately just a business.
Yeah.
You know, that's the grim reality of it. You know, the fucking prices are enough to... The fact there's a price on education is enough to tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then of course there's the infamous story I'm sure I've told you of I predicted the Nintendo Switch being a thing and they said no, that's never going to happen, you're not getting the marks. And I never brought that up with them. I probably should have. Around the time of October 2016. Although by that point I kind of stopped giving a shit. It's like predict the future of something, just anything at all. And like design it, predict what it will be. This was for part of an interactive magazine. I don't know what that has to do with game design, but
Yeah.
that was a requirement. You know, that's a lot of the classes actually. So what the fuck is this got to do with game design? There were some aspects of that had to do with game design, like the first assignment, which was all like concept art and stuff. That, yes, game design, good. But then you had like make an interactive magazine with a video review of a game and a prediction of some future thing in the world and other stuff like that. I'm like, well, that's what's this got to do with games? That's probably part of course crossover doing the same classes, to be honest with you. But it was like, I said, okay, so historically, let's take like the Game Boy. There was the Super Game Boy, which let you play Game Boy games on your SNES. And there was the Game Boy Player, which was that for the Game Boy Advance on the GameCube. And then you had, you know, Virtual Console on the Wii U for DS games and Game Boy Advance games. And you had like N64 games on 3DS and DS as remakes. And then you had some Wii U ports onto the 3DS like Woolly World and Super Mario Maker. Well, by that point we didn't know about those at that point.
Woolly World on 3DS?
Yeah, Woolly World's on 3DS.
I don't know that.
And the 3DS had like some games that could pass for console games a while ago, like Super Mario 3D Land. You know, that could have been a GameCube game, visually. You know, you had N64 remakes, even on the DS with Super Mario 64 DS. And then of course you had the previous portables on home consoles via attachments, the porting thing, even stuff like NES games and SNES games on the Game Boy Advance goes back that far. You know, like the Donkey Kong Country games on GBA. And the Super Mario Advance series.
Oh.
Those were console games on a handheld. And I looked at the Wii U and said, this is telling you to play console games away from the TV. Limitedly.
Was it Super Mario Brothers 3 that was on the Game Boy Advance? Or Super Mario World?
All of them.
Oh. Dang.
But like, you know, I said, you know, you've got the attachments to play portable games on consoles. You've got the Virtual Console doing it. You've got remakes and ports of console games onto handhelds, historically, anyway. You've got the Virtual Console signaling that crossover. You've got the Wii U that shows that console gaming can be away from the TV, you know, within 10 feet. And I said, okay, their next console, I specifically said, their next console will be a hybrid. It will be both. And I gave my reason for it, you know, the historical evidence, you know, pointing in that goddamn direction. Which, hilariously enough, on the Nintendo Switch event in January 2017, Nintendo actually went through the history of their systems and how it led to this, and I was like, Jesus Christ, how on the nose was I? Because it's like, oh yeah, you had attachments to play these games on these things, and all these aspects of these systems kind of led up to the creation of the Switch. It's like, Jesus Christ.
But sir, I thought you were being facetious.
I wasn't right. I wasn't just right. I was dead on. The only thing I didn't get was the Joy-Cons, like the removable controllers. But I was like, there will be a hybrid. You'll be able to play it on TV and portably. And they turned around and said, that's never going to happen. Because the Wii U was a failure. Portable gaming's dead. That was literally their line. Portable gaming's dead. And so I'm sat here looking at the 3DS and going, okay. And oh yeah, they also didn't acknowledge the 3DS was a thing, but that's another story.
Even though it was the best-selling thing at the time.
Well, the PS4's just overtaking it, but at the time, yeah. But like, at no point they said the technology won't allow it. And I mean, you know, when the Wii U was made, the technology wasn't there to do it anyway. But like, when I did this assignment in 2015, you know, that was when Nvidia, you know, launched Integra, which is what powers the Switch. You know, so the tech was there, and they were showing like it running Crysis Free and stuff like that. It's like, okay, they're looking for someone to buy it. And I said, Nintendo's got the history of wanting to do this. You know, the history shows it. This is what's going to happen. It will be a hybrid. And they said, no, we're not giving it the marks. That's never going to happen. They're not going to be around long enough, and the tech isn't there to do it. And then, of course, it happened.
And it did.
And I think the most I ever brought it up to them, because I was fucking furious, was just a look that I gave one of the lectures. It's just like, yeah. I know, I think I did say, look, I'm not going to be in tomorrow because I got an invite to go try out the Nintendo Switch in London. And they were like, no, you can't go do that. And it's like, this is me out of pretty much spite at this point. I said, fuck it, I'm going anyway. And yeah, they didn't acknowledge the 3DS was the thing either, because it just... They had Vitas. There's Vita dev kits.
It's a Vita.
Yep, but they didn't have 3DS dev kits. They had games made for the DSi, which, you know, fine, sure, fair enough. But 3DS,
right, yeah.
no. Wii U, no. Wii, maybe. 360, Xbox One, PS4. They had PSVR dev kits, for God's sake. They had the bloody interns working on that. You know, it was just like, we want you to be at the cutting edge of tech, and here's this new concept that I predicted, and we're gonna let you, you know, you should be at the forefront of cutting tech and doing all these, like, meeting different companies and doing all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, I have this opportunity. Why do you want to stop me again? And I do think, deep down, part of it was because I was so against what they wanted. Like the aggressive monetization, the heavy
Right.
focus on story, working with Nintendo.
Mostly the last one.
Mostly the last one, to be quite blunt with you, their attitude was, yeah, pretty much that, actually. I mean, people acted like the Wii U was all they had, and it's like, no, there is the 3DS. You know,
You developed the game for... Is it the Wii U?
I was developing a game for the Wii U. And then I decided, yeah, I'm gonna not do that. Because as soon as the rumblings came out that they're making a new system, I was like, okay,
It's like,
I don't know what's gonna happen. They said it was gonna be a third pillar alongside the Wii U, so that's not happening.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, let's
Alongside the
Change-
3DS, maybe. Alongside the Wii U,
Change it.
no.
change the plans.
And ultimately, that game got put on the back burner and kind of sidetracked because I was just like a few months ago, I just
Alright.
was not feeling it.
Yeah.
I wanted to work on something else for a change. But like, yeah, you know, they invited me to try out the Switch. The university said no, going against what they told us. It just raises questions. Then you got stuff like, hey, basic programming. Here's some JavaScript you can copy and paste into Unity. Thanks. First off, why would you use JavaScript? Secondly, you're not teaching us to like understand this code at all. And like the 5 programmers in the group were completely on our own for learning how to program games. There was a games engine programming class that was terrible because it just kind of went too fast for its own good and overcomplicated things. So everyone who did it was kind of like, what? Except the hardcore programmers who kind of found simpler ways to do it. Like, this was a class meant to get you... This was basically the introduction to programming. Outside of, like, 1 hour session of copy and pasting JavaScript into Unity that was in the previous year. So this was, like, the introduction to programming for games. For a lot of people. And it was stuff like AI and inventory systems and... all this complex stuff you don't actually need. Like, overcomplicating it to hell and back. And I was just like, what the fuck? And you want people to do this as a starting point? You know, I was raising my eyebrows at that. Then you had stuff like mobile app development that was just mobile website development. Digital media and design, which was animations in Flash in 2014. Flash 2014.
Flash in 2020.
I think they were still doing that course in 2016 when Flash was deprecated. Now I don't know if I could blame that on the syllabus not being able to be updated in time or what the fuck.
Like, there
But
are many
I thought Flash in 2014 was eyebrow raising.
Yeah, that's a... What?
Yeah, it just... I've never been so confused in my life about the structure of the course. But actually, shit, it was in game developers and they were like, wow, that is actually kind of bad. And I kind of look back on it and laugh until I look at the student debt and realise, oh shit. Yeah, talk about getting dicked. You know, that's not even including like the teamwork that had people giving updates on work they were meant to be doing and then disappearing from the course 4 weeks before the deadline. So me, the programmer, and the guy who never did any work was sat there with no game outside of my code, like no assets or anything. I was like, uh-oh. And then the guy who did no work stole all my marks by, you know, taking the credit for everything. And then I ended up working with him on 2 other things, one of which was mobile app development with another guy, who was a great guy, worked with him a couple of times. Where I was doing setting up the servers and doing all that kind of stuff.
Right.
One of the guys was doing the PHP for the servers, and we were sharing the building the website, and we had the guy who does no work do like the formatting, you know, the easiest part. You know, here's this,
Yeah.
here's how you do it, go do it. And he gave us the wrong kind of style sheet for formatting, But beyond that, in it wasn't actually like CSS or what we asked for, which was Sass. He put HTML.
Ugh.
And I was like, okay. That's not formatting scripts, that's HTML. Does not a pretty website make. So for the last like 2 weeks, the guy who was doing the PHP gave me the PHP to do, so I had to teach myself PHP in a week, which was not a pleasant experience. And he had to go do the CSS, and I was like, oh god, why me? Why do I have to teach myself PHP in a week? But then there was the CGI class. CGI. Game
I
design.
keep hearing about the CDI. I'm like, what?
That would be more interesting. Yeah, it's
Just
like, here's a
barely.
game design course. Here's do CGI. It's like, okay. You know, just make like a trailer for like a monster movie. And it's like, oh, okay. What's he gonna do? Game design? I don't know. But it's meant to be a group of four to six. I was in a pair with the guy who does no work.
Oh god.
So he had me on my knackered foot walking 4 miles, 2 miles there and back, into uni to do work while he sat there and browsed Reddit, bitching at me for not doing work. And so I got Jake to help to do like the animations and stuff for the monsters. And I was like, okay, I'm colorblind, so I cannot accurately put things into a scene. I cannot accurately like composite CG. I found that out the hard way because I have no sense of depth in a flat image. So I told him, right, I'm going to do all the animations with some assistance, and I'm going to cut up the footage as you need it. You're just going to composite the stuff in, and I'll do the documentary detailing the creation of it. So at the end of it, I am not fucking joking, I think this is still up on YouTube.
Is that black and white
Yeah.
trailer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I remember
it ended
that.
up with him using his own animations and monster. I wouldn't say animations, it's a static image with no visual effects whatsoever added to it, to the footage we filmed. Like terrible fonts, terrible obnoxious audio balancing, stuff like that. No compositing of the scenes whatsoever. Like, there's meant to be a scene of a monster rising out of a lake, which I had animated, and he presented it as his own little still image, which was like fucking child's drawing on a fridge. Literally just statically rising out of water with like no ripples or anything. It just whoop. And there was missing scenes. There was, I swear to God, seizure warning. Thought it was meant to be gunfire. There was just like flashing lights going all across the screen and like a shit ton of screen tearing basically to simulate gunshots, which to this day confuses me. And then he told me at 10:34 p.m. while he was there ready to hand it in, says, "Here it is. What do you think? Give me some feedback." And I was like, okay. And I watched it, and by the time I was ready to give feedback, and there was a lot of feedback, you know what he said?
What?
I've handed it in.
I'm sorry, what?
He literally just turned around and said, I've handed it in. And I was like, and I got drunk that night. Like, Jake was with me. I just went and I got shit-faced on whiskey. I was like, nope, I am done. I ain't doing this anymore.
I vaguely remember this.
Because I was exploding. Because it's like, this is meant to be a group project for 6. I had 2 with a guy who didn't work, who then ignored all my work with his own infinitely more subpar work. You know, I trusted him with the simple thing of go composite a scene. He failed at that. And then I realised, wait a minute. Because I'd recorded a documentary, you know, on the belief that he would, because the two things had to be done simultaneously, I recorded a documentary and the commentary on that, in the belief that he was doing the work that I had done. Just, you know, there you go, boom, easy marks for you. No, so that completely invalidated the documentary, so I was just kind of bashing my head off the desk. It just... Ugh. There is nothing good about that experience. And then of course that's before realising they made us use CryEngine as well, which... Nobody liked that. One of the lecturers even straight up said, I don't know why we make you use CryEngine.
He gets it.
Nobody gets it. Nobody at all. It's like, wow, this is limited, hard to use, and God forbid if your PC can even run the damn thing. Are we still not fucking done?
Can you go to the trophy screen and like find out how many?
I don't know. Nope.
It doesn't even say.
It would on Steam, I assume.
So we assume.
I just, you know, university for me was one of the worst experiences of my life. Because as you can hear from that epic recounting just to pass the fucking time, a lot happened that went against my favour. Like subpar teaching, subpar classes, subpar teammates, being dicked over repeatedly. You know, just the shit that shouldn't happen happened. And it just raises questions. Oh, and then there was the interviews they did. Interviews that because I didn't with one of the people who was on one of the internships at the time, revealed to me that weren't actually interviews. There were these interviews with Intel who had jobs for us people who hadn't even graduated yet. That was question number one I had. Why would Intel come here to people in their second and third years of university to interview people who haven't even graduated yet?
Yeah.
You know, for jobs that they won't be able to do for 1 to 2 years.
Right.
And, you know, then revealed that it probably wasn't actually Intel because the interns were doing the interviews. But they said, oh, it's mandatory to do, and we're going to send out a spreadsheet with like all your times and stuff for your interviews and shit. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. You know, it's not going to mean anything because it's not actually going to be Intel.
Right.
But the email came and I controlled F and everything. It's like, okay, for some inexplicable reason, I'm not on there. So hang on, this is mandatory. But I'm not on there. What?
I guess you got out of doing it.
I don't know how, because it was mandatory. Probably just another riveting example of, oh yeah, you're a bit of a wild card. We don't really want to support you in this endeavour. And basically everything I got out of university I did on my own accord. With like no support. Which is depressing to think about. You know, programming, teaching myself how to program games. That was me. Learn how to draw. That was me. Learn how to use Unity effectively and Unreal Engine. That was me, because they didn't teach us how to program in Unreal either. Stuff like just even basic stuff. You know, wasn't covered. It just more questions than answers. You know, at least you had a better time at university. I was just kind of sat there and fucked over. You know, you actually passed. Though, to be honest, I was also offered an economics degree at that same place. And given that
I-
economics is,
Eternal.
you know, one of those things even you said that I'm better than you at, for some inexplicable reason.
For some, yeah.
Mr. Business Degree.
Okay.
Because, like, you turned around and said, you get economic stuff more than I do, and I've got a degree. It's like, I don't know how. I've just got a piddly A level in economics, you know. I'm not exactly super qualified, but I just naturally get it. It's like, I could have done an economics degree. I didn't because I did the stupid thing and followed my dreams.
Oh god. I also follow my dreams.
But yeah, I could have done a degree like you in economics or business and, you know, passed easily. But it was the same institution, so I don't know how if the teaching would have, you know, been the same standard or not. Deep down, I hope not.
Probably different.
Probably it's a different department.
Yeah.
But that was just it. It was like, well, what do you want me to say? You're telling me that you want me to do game design, but not do game design? Because there's a constant like mix of, we want you to do these things, but not actually do them. But we want you to do these very anti-consumer things. It's like, okay, thanks, I guess. You know, it's one of those I wouldn't recommend it kind of deals. But, you know, given my natural affinity for waffling shit about business, I could have done that. Could have had an economics degree. But I didn't. And that will forever bite me in the ass. But if I didn't do game design, I wouldn't have met the people I did. So,
Next blessing.
yeah, it's one thing, I suppose.
Those are sweet, as they say.
Yeah. Of course, the grass is always greener on the other side, ain't it? You know, I look at what I could have had if I'd done economics and followed my specialty. Like my absolute, you know, I'm a good programmer, but my top specialty. Yeah, I could have done a lot more of my life, I think. Because I just naturally enjoy economics. I'm one of those few people who does. I am a rare breed, as it were. But, yeah, I just have to wonder, like, would I have been happier if I'd done that? Maybe. Maybe I wouldn't. This level sucks. I just gonna forever be sat wondering, I suppose. Oh god.
The water slide. No.
You know, it is weird to hear you say, like, you get these concepts better than I do. Yet you're qualified.
I'll use that term. I'll use that term in quotes, but
Well, no, you've got a degree in business.
I do.
I don't exactly remember what specific area of business, but you have it.
Analytics.
Analytics, okay. So kind of my area then, basically.
Kind of, yeah.
There's a lot of crossover, actually.
Yeah, there's like...
I imagine you would have studied, let's see, business analytics. That would have involved microeconomics then.
Micro... I took macro as my... Well, I had to take both, but like, yeah, for Division 1, I took macro. The biggest crossover I think it has is with marketing.
Yeah, marketing.
I think I took like a cross analytics marketing course. It was like a Saturday morning class, and it was strangely fun. Like that was one I actually enjoyed a lot. Pretty simple, and the two people who were teaching it were like super chill. It's like, you wanted the class to start at 8:15 because everyone was like showing up. I was like, sure, 8:15. Not like I cared. I was like there at like 7:48.
When I had economics for my A-levels, we basically just, you know, by the time it got to the second year of A-levels, you know, the classes really thin out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
our computing class, which was the first ever computing class that the school had done. The actual head of computing, who I still keep in touch with actually, turned around to me one day in an IT class because the IT GCSE was horrible. It was basically, here's a checklist. Prove you know how to send an email with a subject. Here's a screenshot proving it.
Oh god, no.
It's that kind of GCSE. You
No.
know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my god, no. Stop. Please have mercy.
Like, prove you know how to send an email with a subject and CC someone into it. Screenshot you sending that email with a CC. Put it into a document. Explain what the screenshot shows. Moving on. You know, that kind of GCSE. And so he came to me because he saw that I was bored out of my mind with
my
basic
school
IT.
That is computer science 101 at my school.
That was my entire IT GCSE.
That's disgusting.
You know, he came to me because he saw I was bored out of my mind. Because like that is stuff I learned when I was like 7, you know. And he came to me and said, if you can find enough people, we can do a computing A level. And I was like, that was actually the thing that spurred me on to do A levels as well. Because I wasn't actually considering it at first. So I went and did it. And I got enough people. There was like 27 people when we started the course. Then a few thinned out in the first few weeks, obviously, as it does. And then by the time the second year started, there was 3 of us. I think it's the smallest class they've ever done for anything.
Yeah.
3 people. So we all kind of just sat around telling stories, eating cake, shooting shit. And in economics, it went down to 7 people. So we went on bloody field trips to Bristol for economics lectures in cinemas. You know,
Nice.
just drive yourselves there and do this kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, we can technically make it like a field trip kind of thing. You know, get the school to cover it. And it's like, awesome, dope. So let's do that then. And, you know, just sitting around eating sweets, shooting the shit.
That sounds so good.
That was, I mean, you know, we all got good grades, so it worked. But, you know, those are my 2 specialities coming out of my education, were economics and computing. So I followed the computing path. I could have followed the economics path. Hindsight, I probably should have, because that's what I'm, you know, my logical brain goes to both, but I tend to fall to be better at economics. Don't know what I enjoyed more. Did I enjoy micro or macro more? I did get an A in my Unit 3, which would have been Global Micro.
Yeah, Global Micro is actually
Yeah, because there was in the first year there was 1 micro and 1 macro per year. Then the second ones were obviously like I distinctly remember the macro one for the second year was like globalization and stuff like that. The EU, tariffs, international trade, all that kind of stuff. Which is fine, but then there was the micro one, and the honest bit, I don't remember much of what was in it. But I do remember that I was like really good at that one. And for my global macro one, I actually wrote, most of us, we had like 12 pages of A4, just blank A4 to do what was at the time a 25-mark multiple choice questionnaire,
okay.
a full 25-mark essay, and then the remaining 25 marks were done by a 5-mark definition of an economic term, a 8-mark analysis of something, and a 12-mark smaller essay. And for that, I distinctly remember we all kind of went up to like 20 pages. That was the exam I got an A in as well, because I just wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote.
Just keep going.
My shoulder butched like hell afterwards, but it was a 2-hour exam as well. So we were writing pretty much non-stop for 2 hours. It was nuts. It was fun too, to be honest. You know, it had that going for it. But I was just like, I do kick myself thinking I should have done an economics degree. Because,
It's the rent. Oh, the rent.
you know,
It's like, why is your avatar blue? Oh wait,
that's mine.
that's what
I still haven't named him.
I didn't even know the avatar had a name.
Everybody names their OCs in this game.
Oh really? I didn't know you could do that.
No, people just do it for fun.
Oh.
There's actually no naming feature. But people just like to do it on social media.
And this is my OC, Wick the Thick.
Spank the monkey.
I think I've seen that one.
Jump the shark.
That one I've seen.
Rings. Is it obvious why this game doesn't give you extra lives?
Yes.
Maybe I'll go back into education and get like another economics qualification. I mean, logic would assume I can do that. Don't know what qualification I get. But it seems like something I could do.
Perhaps.
We're still here. This game's so boring, I'm contemplating going back into fucking education.
I'm going to have to do that one day, but I don't want to do it yet.
Why, what do you want to do?
Sorry, say that again.
Why, what do you want to do?
In education or
Yeah,
just in general? Well, I would like to get an MBA at some point.
true.
Just because it's something that's nice to have.
That's expensive though.
It is expensive, which is why I want to like,
Wait.
wait and then like get a job offer with a company that might offer to partially pay my way. Because I know there are companies here that do that. So, yeah.
That's
Mostly the
fortunate.
money. Mostly the money issue. I'll probably get it from the same university I got my bachelor's from, which is surprisingly cheap.
Yeah.
Like, all said, I think, like, the cost of, like, tuition and books and everything at my university is, like, $7,500 a year, which is not very much.
Mine was 9,000 a year, not including materials and stuff, which is separate. 9,000 just for the tuition.
Yeah, tuition for me was $6,600 a year. Dollars. Just in case that wasn't obvious.
Well, yeah, I figured it would be. See, here's the thing, I don't know if I could technically go back to university because student loans have a limit to them.
Yeah, they do. And
I've already done
Yeah.
3 years and failed.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I think this might be even shorter than Prison Hall. See, if the student funding would allow it, I could probably do like an open university course in economics, get a degree that way. Because there's one thing I know I can do, it's, you know, that.
yes.
Yeah, like the one thing I'm truly good at. You know, everyone has that one thing. Just happens to be mine, something no one else will touch. Here's the thing, I've already got an A-levels in economics, which is quite a high qualification, all things considered. Also considerably harder to do a degree, apparently. Like, apparently A-levels are meant to be harder. I don't know why, but...
That seems a little counterintuitive.
Well, I mean, I assume the logical step you're meant to take is get your GCSEs, then go to college and get a BTEC, and then go to university and get a degree, which kind of scales more naturally. Whereas me, oh, I took the fucking hard-ass path. I may go ahead and actually become more qualified than I already am. Might be nice to do. Nothing else, I suppose. That's how boring my life is. That I'm openly considering going back to school, of all places. Somewhere I historically hate. Dual shock 4 battery level low. Okay, what's going to happen first? The trophy or the thing dies?
The thing dies.
Then again, it was full charge when I started the stream.
How many hours? No, wait, you started at 5 my time. You've been at it for almost 3 hours.
Almost 3 hours, yeah. The DualShock 4's battery is terrible.
Yeah.
And this is with the light bar on its lowest brightness as well.
Good.
Hey guys, how many times do you want to hear fucking fist bump?
Isn't there a level that plays fist bump? Oh, I forgot which one it was.
Null space.
Thanks. No. Are you sure? 'Cause I think
Yeah.
it was one that like. Oh, even when you get out of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So after those initial like 10 seconds. I want to get 999 rings up there. My controller's gonna die before I get the fucking rings.
That is what I said, yes.
Here's the thing, it only counts rings at the end of a stage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you've actually got to beat the stage a lot.
Mm-hmm. I swear at all.
No,
No.
because it doesn't matter.
Really?
Nope. As you can see.
Yeah, I'm like, so why do they make you do it?
Look at that, oh. Here's the thing, it's not technically optional, so you have to do it anyway, so I don't know why they made it a prompt. Because you have to do it to progress through the stage. So, and it's never in a situation where it's optional, so it's like, why is it a prompt if you're in a situation where you can never fail it? Why don't you just do it? Never let it be known, I will never be sick of this game until I'm done.
Pushing on through until the battle's won.
Fuck me.
Hey!
Everything's fist bump.
Everything is fist bump.
Also, you don't have to press square, you can press any button.
Oh.
I guess it's to give you the illusion of doing something?
You have control. Ah.
Kind of. This is the most fucking scripted Sonic game I think I've ever played in my life. And I've played Sonic 06. And there were situations where you wish that game was scripted.
Yeah.
It's odd how Hover had the light speed dash in Sonic Lost World and Sonic Colors, but in this game it's lightning.
Lightning tends to make most sense, I guess.
I don't know why Hover had the light speed dash, to be honest with you.
Nor do I.
I know why Spikes had the spin dash,
Yeah, I can see that.
but why did Hover have the light speed dash? Doesn't make any sense. Alright, back into Arsenal Pyramid we go.
Back into the ass pyramid. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Sonic forces you to collect tens of thousands of rings.
There you go.
Oh, this is painful. Is there like no way to check stats? Like at all? Jesus Christ, I guess not. This is fun. I've been playing Sonic Forces for nearly 3 hours straight. There is a lot wrong with that sentiment. My PS4 is a very good radiator. Because the room is fucking hot right now. Really wish I had a PS4 Slim so it runs cooler, but no, I don't get that luxury. Zip. I think my brain's gone numb. I feel like it's committed suicide.
Maybe it's just sleeping or drinking.
I'll see what the level designers felt when they made this game. Their brains just kinda switched off. Because this is just... my entire physical being. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. It's nearly 4 AM for me as well, so this is fun. Video games, right? Video games. Wee! This is fucking insane. Is this the definition of insanity?
Yes.
I must have lost my mind a long time ago. And my brain is just... what did I do wrong in life? I just want that trophy indication to pop up. Tell me my life hasn't been a waste.
Well, less of us. Same question mark. Right, logic should dictate. If I need 100,000 rings and I've already got the 50k trophy, I needed 50,000 rings, right? So by that logic, I should do 50 runs of this single stage. Well, 52 or so. To get those 50,000 rings. Just play the same stage to get you max rings 50 times.
because it's damn near 1,000 rings per stage. The maths is simple. I got a new high score.
Yay! At least it's something. Proof that we did something.
My 4 AM maths is right, correct? That 50,000 rings should be 51 playthroughs of this stage. Which in theory should take me about an hour. Well, an hour and a half at most. Because this stage gives you nearly 1,000 rings. And you need to get 50 times that. So, over the space of 1.5 minutes, which is how long it takes to beat the stage, it should take about an hour and a half to do 50 playthroughs of Arsenal Pyramid. I've already done a lot of playthroughs of Prison Hall, which is another stage that gets you max rings. So I got a new best time. And a new best score.
Again. Again.
Yeah, it should only take 50 playthroughs, shouldn't it? But I did a full playthrough of the game before doing this grinding, so... yeah, I should, theoretically, get max rings soon.
Is this stage shorter than the other one?
This is 125 or so. Feels like it is. My brain's just on autopilot. It's become a rhythm game.
I thought your brain was on autopilot when you were talking about your days at uni. Like, he's playing Super Mechanic.
Yeah, well, I was just doing that to pass the fucking time. Because, Jesus Christ. I think over 3 hours. I'm still not done. I realised I did this in a very horribly inefficient way. The thing is, both stages are most definitely shorter than Imperial Tower. This is just my brain. I feel like 0 at the start of 0-2. This isn't fun anymore. Again, this wasn't really fun to begin with.
Oh jeez.
Swear to God, that's a new best time. GTQ hype. If anyone needs anyone to speedrun Arsenal Pyramid, I'm your guy. Speedrun Arsenal Pyramid and get maximum rings. There is a god.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Wait for it.
Okay.
100%. I never have to touch this game again.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Oh, it felt nice.
How many trophies do I have now? 1,406. That is my 13th platinum. I don't feel good about myself. At all. Well, thank you everyone for watching, especially the video on demand. I am sorry in advance. Consider this the end of the Sonic Forces playthrough at this point. There is nothing more for me to do. Except, you know, record myself getting all the red rings and stuff. But no, fuck that, this game is done.